Hello again, my friends and future funeral professionals. You are listening to yet another episode of Megan's Study Guide for the NBE for Funeral Service. I'm your host, Megan Opachensky, and for this episode, we are going to be doing facial proportions and measurements. So they're a little bit confusing, a little wonky in my opinion. I find them a little silly. It is what it is. These are extremely important. You need to know them. Uh, this was yet another, this was the second most requested episode topic in that Facebook group I've mentioned. If you've yet to join it, I highly recommend it for your own benefit. If you don't Facebook much or you feel uncomfortable using your main Facebook, because I know some people are kind of iffy about that stuff, and I fully respect it. As I've said, I help run it. If you want to just make an account so you can join this, it is a phenomenal resource. Not only will you be with me, direct contact with me, you will be in contact with a ton of other people in your same shoes, people who have also been in your shoes and can offer advice. You'll be able to contact different professors. Professor Kane is in there. Oh my gosh, David, the creator of Dead, he's in there. Active. He's very active in there. Also, Professor Hurt, Kevin Hurt, that I mentioned briefly as well. He offers a phenomenal tutoring service. He is also very active. There are a few of us. I actually have a master post up for different resources, and Jesse's in there. You'll meet a lot of people who are just gonna really help you. I'm a limited resource. I try my best to do everything I can to prepare you, but ultimately I am only one person in a very vast industry. However, that MBE study group that I am in, we actually strive to provide legitimate resources, legitimate tutors. I really highly suggest it. And you're going to get more than just what I've recommended, okay? However, if I just want you to promise me, and I want you to promise yourself one thing, when you join, I want you to fully ignore anyone posting and saying, I passed on my first try. You're going to just ignore that, okay? Hear me out. You're just going to be happy for them. As I've said in my last episode, I personally know a few people who flat out lie. I don't know why. But I want you to ignore that and just hear success. And I want you to be happy for their successes. I want you to take zero of that personally and feel... I don't want you to feel like a failure, like, oh, well, they passed it the first time. This is my third. Why can't I get it? I want you to knock that off right now. You join that group, and that is for your mental health, for your benefit, positive resources, just none of that, okay? I want you to go into it and be happy. I do not want you to take any of that to heart, okay? Just remember what I said. A lot of people I personally know did not pass the first time. But you know what? If they wanna brag and they wanna feel like, I get it. It doesn't impact me in any way. I'm not gonna out anybody, and I love the fact that they passed. Okay, especially like one person in particular. It took them several tries. I mean, several. They worked with me. We got them on the right. They didn't want to read their books. That was the ultimate thing. They just didn't want to be bothered with it. They did. And they ultimately listened to what I told them, because I said, I can't help you if you're not going to listen to my advice. Then they listened to the podcast again and they passed. So happy for them. Love that for them. But they absolutely tell people that that was their first time and only time they took it, and they passed first try. So it makes them happy. And you know what? I don't care. They passed. That's all I ask, though. When you go into it, I want you to be happy for them and know that you'll succeed too. I hope you understand what I'm getting at. I don't want to sound rude, but I see that a lot, and I know people who have said that discourages them. I don't want that. I want it to be a positive thing. I want it to be a good resource for you. It's very helpful. So with that being said, I will again tag that group in the notes, because I always do. If you create a new Facebook, because I understand that everybody wants their personal Facebook linked to a group, even though this is a positive environment, you're allowed to rant. If you post something anonymously, I enable that. I allow anonymous posts. Feel free. I will never out you. But if you feel uncomfortable using your actual Facebook and identity, and you make a new account to join this, I ask that you please I'm not so picky, but the other admins are very, like, we had a really big issue with scammers. So just please send me a quick message. And like I said, my Facebook's got a super filter. I don't know why. Comment on something. I don't care if it's the picture of me taking my cat Sam to go to dinner for his birthday. At that restaurant, I do not care. And yes, I took a cat to a restaurant for his dinner. It was awesome. Don't judge me. Hear you laughing. But I don't care if you comment on that. I really don't. Just so I know it's you and not some spam account. And I will let you in. All right? I got you. I am here for you. Anything I can do to help you. Again, suggestions are welcome. I am fully operating off of suggested content. So again, that brings us back to where we were, right? So we are going to be diving into facial proportions and measurements. The way that the NBE wants you to have it down, okay? So this is actually a massive Quizlet. It has 469 terms or cards, whatever you want to call it. Do yourself a favor, because I always fact check, all right? That's not a problem. But I also always link and accredit my Quizlets, anything I use. Do yourself a favor and go look at this freaking Quizlet. It is huge, and it's by creator Samantha _ I think it said Tenke, Tenke. So Samantha, you are a real one. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I cannot imagine how much time this took, but thank you. You are a blessing. So I went ahead and kind of cherry picked the terms that we need for this episode. However, again, I see so much content that I personally want to use for future episodes. I just have to kind of digest it and figure out what would fit for what, because it's a lot. But do yourself a favor, take a minute, or in this case it looks like several, go through them, because I don't want to get in trouble. I already skate the line with what I do. I've gotten warnings. I can't say why, but good gravy. Those of you who have taken your science MBE, you're going to look at this and go, oh, I know what Megan's talking about. Those of you who have not, you'll see when you sit. I'm not saying like commit all these to freaking memory. It just will get you familiar with the stuff you're going to see. So with that being said, the title is Restorative Art Compend. And like I said, it is by Samantha _ Tenke. The link and accreditation will be in my notes, but we are only focusing on a small bit. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into facial proportions and measurement, shall we? Yay! I know. Bear with me, okay? Okay. The most common frontal view head shape is oval. The zygomatic arches can be used to locate the widest part of the face. Where is the superior border of the chin found when measured from the line of closure of the mouth to the base of the chin? 1/2. Where is the superior border of the chin found when measured from the base of the chin to the base of the nose? 1/3. When compared to the length of the face, the length of the ear is 1/3. Good gravy. When we get in, you're going to hear a lot of these. When you hear a specific thing like an ear, eye, mouth versus face length, width, that is incredibly important. Know it. All right. So I'm going to repeat this again. Any of these, please. All of these are really important, but do yourself a favor and get these down. So again, when compared to the length of the face, the length of the ear is what? 1/3. Okay? The length of the ear is equal to the distance from the normal hairline to the eyebrow. If the measurement of the eye is 1.5 inches wide, the face at its widest part will measure, see, I told you, 7.1/2 inches. You gotta remember it the way they do it. I'm not kidding. I know it's intimidating, but you'll get it. So If the measurement of the eye is 1.5 inches wide, the face at its widest part will measure 7.5 inches. What is the greatest width of the face when compared to the width of the mouth? 2.5 times. What is the distance between the eyes when compared to the width of the mouth? That is 1/2. Okay? The width of an eye is equal to the distance between the eyes. That is so important. Like, you will see that. I would bet you exactly $1 that you will see that. Or, I mean, not literally. Not maybe. Sorry. Wow, that was bad. Okay, before I get myself in trouble, right? The width of an eye is equal to the width of the base of the nose. If one eye measures 1.1/4 inches in width, the mouth will be 2.5 inches. It says 2.5 inches, but 2.5. If the width of the left eye measures 1.75 inches, the grammar's killing me, guys. The distance between the eyes will be 1.75 inches. So, the distances from the base of the nose to the base of the chin is equal to the distance from the base of the nose to the eyebrow. The distance from the eyebrow to the base of the nose is equal to the distance from the hairline to the eyebrow. The distance from the eyebrow to the base of the nose is equal to the length of the ear. What is the location of the line of closure of the mouth when measured from the base of the chin to the base of the nose? 2/3. That is so important. This is all important, but some of them jump out at me. I can't help it. It's like compulsive. All right. Where do the lips meet when measured from the base of the nose to the base of the chin? 1/3. The lips meet each other 1/2 the distance from the base of the nose to the superior border of the chin. The lips meet 2/3 of the distance from the base of the chin to the base of the nose. The feature of the face that is 2 eyes wide is the mouth. That is so important. Okay. The width of the mouth is equal to twice the distance between the eyes. You know why? We just did it. So if the feature of the face that is 2 eyes wide is the mouth, the width of the mouth is equal to what? Because I don't know if we've gotten there yet, but between your eye, they're going to ask you this as well on the NB. It is a potential question. Between your eye is an eye. Kid you not. That's what they consider it. So between your eyes is one eye. The width of the... So you see what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to help you make sense of this a little better. The width of the mouth is equal to twice the distance between the eyes. This is what I'm telling you. When you're taking your exam, you may encounter questions like that indirectly answer another question. They might ask you how many eyes wide or whatever between, how I don't know how to phrase it right now because I don't have it in front of me, but you get what I mean. How many eyes are between your eyes? You get me? This is so hard to not visualize for me. I'm a very visual person. That's one eye. So use their questions to get your mind going, and then use your own face to kind of, you'll look like a goober like I did, but you have the answer key on your freaking face, literally. Don't be afraid to use, because it applies to you. Your eyes are going to... we did this in school, literally had us on in front of our teacher test it, and a lot of people didn't believe her, but I was like, that's cool. and it works. So you have the freaking answer on your face. Use your answer face. Seriously, it is an answer key. Use it. Don't let, they can't stop you from measuring your dang face. So, any hoodles. Moving on from my little, I'm going to put my soapbox away. All right. So we did the width of the mouth. All right. I'm just going to repeat that though, because it is really important. The feature of the face that is 2 eyes wide is the mouth. The width of the mouth is equal to twice the distance between the eyes, because it is 2 eyes wide. Get it? All right. The width of the mouth is equal to twice the width of the eye. And eye. Sorry, I was reading that without looking at it. Anyway, the width of the mouth is equal to twice the width of the base of the nose. And if you look in your book that I recommended you guys look at, you'll see what I'm talking about as well. Your RA book does this in a map, and it gives it to you even better. Like I said, it's copyrighted. I can't use it, but it's also visual. You really need to look at the RA book. Go on, if you don't have access to that textbook, I'm sure if you go online, again, I can't link anything because that would be violating copyright if I'm like, hey, here's a free resource. But everything's on Google. I guarantee if you Googled this, you would find that image. But do yourself a huge favor and go look up that diagram that gives you facial proportions and measurements for funeral service. Because when you see it, it will make so much more sense, okay? Hearing it's one, you'll hear what they're asked. Like, these are things that you'll see on the MBE. You're going to recognize all of this. It's one thing to have this committed to memory, but if you can see that picture, then those questions they throw at you aren't going to worry. They're not going to intimidate you at all. You will laugh. That's what I want. I want you to be confident, and I want you to laugh at the stupidity, because some of them are like, try hard. Very pick me. Okay, anyway. I got a little, I told you I'd put my soapbox away, and I lied. But anyway, all right, so the width of the mouth is equal to twice the width of the base of the nose. The distance from the eyebrow to the base of the chin is equal to the distance from the normal hairline to the base of the nose. One of the 3 major proportional divisions of the face is measured from the base of the nose to the base of the chin. One of the 3 major proportional divisions of the face is measured from the normal hairline to the eyebrow. If the lower third of the face is subdivided into 3 parts, one of the lines of division will extend across the superior border of the chin. If the lower third of the face is subdivided into 3 parts, one of the lines of division extends across the line of closure of the mouth. The practical value of studying facial proportions from the photograph. Oh goodness, these are important. Oh my gosh, anything photograph? Sorry, did not prepare. Anytime we go through anything for RA and you hear me say photograph in the statement, that is super freaking important. Like, heed my words in past episodes and future, because I know I've mentioned photograph stuff in other episodes. Like, I am touching my face and making the image from the screen. Anything that says photograph in it, please, that will plague your NBE. Oh my goodness. I would bet $1 yet again. And they're weird questions. Like the one we started with like the answer was oval. Good gravy. Like it's ridiculous. Anyway, again, the questions that they ask are super pick me, and I hate using that term, but it is very true. Like, they want you to get mixed up. They want to confuse you, and they're going to laugh at your struggles. And I hate that. I kind of hate them a little bit for that, but they're just doing their job. And I know several people who wrote the test. I don't hate you. I hate the test, okay? You guys did a phenomenal job here, whatever. Anyway, I know some of them listen to my episodes, so I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the thing, because you did your job too well. So, anywho, when you hear me say from this episode, future episodes, and anything dealing with RA, because I know I've mentioned photograph before, you need to heed that. Like, memorize whatever it is, all right? So I'm going to say it again because, wow, tangent. Apparently, I did not take my ADD medication. I am diagnosed, but I suck at taking care of it. I mean, you wouldn't have guessed, right? Like, that should totally shock you. Not me. Anyway, all right. The practical value of studying facial proportions from the photograph is detection of variations from perfect size relationships. The average, and that's the key word here. Like, again, you are not using knowledge from real life. You are using the knowledge that MBE wants you to know. The conference does not give two hoots what you know to be a fact, okay? This crap could be from 1985. They do not care, all right? This is the answer you need. The average, so I don't want any of you fighting me in your car or cleaning your house right now, okay? Like, don't at me. The average adult human body, and you're gonna laugh at how they do this. I kid you not. If you get this question, this is legitimately how they do it. I'm so sorry. This is why I said it's goofy, okay? Like, it is so silly to me. I'm trying not to laugh while I read this. I'm so sorry. You're gonna know why. The average adult human body is, ready? 7.5 to 8 heads tall. I kid you not, heads. Who does this stuff? Okay, I'm good. All right. Who thinks of that? Who looks at a person and goes, that buddy, yeah, you look like you're about 8 heads tall. Like, I'm going to decapitate you. You look like you're 8 of your heads tall. Like, I'm crying. I'm sorry. Oh, I have 3 more. I'm not cutting that. Oh, okay. I think you probably need a laugh too with all the studying you're doing. And you're lucky you get to relive this every time you listen to this. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm good. I'm okay. All right, composure. I am an adult. I can do this. I'm an educator. I can do this. All right. So apparently, go ahead and like check this later. You are 7.5 to 8 of your heads tall. And I like truly want to know what person did that, like thought of that, because that is hilarious to me. It's not the concept. Don't think I'm laughing at that. I'm laughing at whoever looked at someone and discerned that they are that tall. Like that. I hope you get what I mean, because that's what's hilarious to me. Like, someone looked at someone and analyzed that they are 7.5 to 8 of their heads tall. And that was a logical thing that went through their... Who thinks of that? Like, I think of weird stuff, but that's impressive. Anyway, if you thought of that, please do not judge me. It just tickled my pickle. 3 more. The number of basic linear forms of facial profiles is 3. Okay? There are 3 basic linear forms of facial profiles. You need to know that. There are 3. You need to know these, okay? Next, how many profile variations are created when the basic linear profile classification are combined? 6. You need to know these. So there are 6 profile variations created when the basic linear profile classifications are combined. All right? Double. The number of geometric head shapes from the frontal aspect is 7. You need to know that too. The number of geometric head shapes from the frontal aspect is 7. Okay? I know this was a goofy episode. I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said it from the beginning, the topic tickles me. Like, I just can't take it seriously. I don't know why. I think it's because when I took my science MBE, I'm not kidding when I said that I used my own face as an answer key. So while I'm revisiting this, I'm totally like reliving that experience while I'm like sitting there like a dork with my fingers up to my eyeball and my mouth. And the proctor actually came up to me multiple times to ask what the heck I was doing, and actually told me like that they were going to give me a warning. And I said, sir, I'm legitimately not doing anything other than measuring my face. Like, I don't. And I had him look at my screen, and he's like, you need to pause that, I'm not supposed to look at that. No, I went, no, I'm just trying to explain to you, like, there is no way. Like, the girl next to me was testing for her real estate, okay? Like, what the heck am I doing to help Miss Real Estate over here with my RA question in front? Whatever. They're ridiculous. But I'm personally, it's not a funny topic necessarily. It's just I keep remembering like how goofy I was when I did it. I'm a goofball anyway, like if you didn't notice. But it just, this topic tickles me. It is my favorite, even though I hate it so much because it's such an odd measurement. It doesn't make sense to me necessarily. I never unlocked this. Like there are things that they just clicked, like the acquired facial markings versus natural, which I will be doing an episode on. That I need to do as well. That's been requested. But like that just clicked because I don't know, but this never did that click. So hopefully this helps you remember them. They are important. Please heed my warning here, or heed my advice. Learn these because they will plague your MBE. And it's not going to be just one question. It might be several. Obviously I can't guarantee that there's going to be several, but I can't think of anyone who said, oh yeah, I didn't see any of those. I have yet. And if you are one, you count your lucky stars because some of them can get real weird. So anyway, that concludes this episode. Like I said, I'm going to try and do the next one on, there's a couple things. So we've got some stuff to do. All right. So I will see you soon. I'm going to Atlanta tomorrow because a friend of mine is putting on a concert. So I will be ooh-ah-ah-ing in the audience and forgetting that I have this to do. But while I'm at the hotel, I'm going to leave tonight and bring my stuff with me and try to record some stuff so that you guys have more content to study, because that is one of my top priorities right now. But I'm going to go to that. But I should have more stuff put up by the weekend, I hope. Or wait, yeah, it's only midweek. So by Sunday, I'm hoping to have a couple more things, if not just one. So just keep an eye out. And again, please send me your suggestions or requests, okay? I'm prioritizing that because otherwise, what's the point of doing this? Like, I want it to benefit you. I don't need it. You need it. So I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, weekend, week, whatever you got going on. And for those of you taking your test soon, take a deep breath. Let it go. Let it go. I can't sing. I want you to go in there. Be confident. You know this stuff. It's not the end of the world. You know, sure, you want to pass. It would be absolutely wonderful too. But if you don't, you get to do it again, okay? It is not the end of the world. You got this. And look at it as a way of, like a study tool, because once you take it, you got the questions, okay? You focus on what you need to focus on after that, right? So, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. And I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.